Hello. If you're new to my channel, my name's Sharon. I live in southeastern Wyoming. I tonight am going to make taco salad. Now this, of course, there's 100 ways to make taco salad, I'm sure. This recipe that I'm going to follow is one that my mom started making, I'm going to say in the 80s. The star of the show is Dorothy Lynch Dressing. So she found this recipe in, I think she said, a Woman's Day magazine. And she debated making it, thinking us kids would probably not eat it. At that time, I would have been probably about 8 or 9, somewhere in that area. So she decided to try it, and we all loved it. So, like I said, there's a lot of ways to make taco salad, but this is the way that she learned from this recipe, and I've always made it the same way. So the ingredients you're going to need is your salad. And I'm being a little bit lazy. I didn't feel like cutting up a head of salad, so I'm going to use these. So you're going to need salad. You're going to need a pound of hamburger. You're going to need a can of kidney beans, avocados, cheese, tomatoes. Now these little tomatoes, normally I would buy like Roma tomatoes or something and slice them up. But these are the ones that have grown on Matthew's little tomato plants. So I'm going to use those tonight for this. Might as well use them up. And I suppose the other star of the show is Doritos, everybody's favorite. By the way, you know, I'm on this kick about prices. This is a 9¼ ounce bag, and I paid $6.29. My hamburger meat today at the store, just a hair over a pound, and it came to $8.25. So right now, this probably isn't the cheapest thing to make, but those are probably the most expensive parts of it. I don't know if I said purple onion. All I had was a frozen one, so I'm going to still try to use it. And then the other thing you need is, now you can eat it however you want, but I'm going to do this recipe exactly how I was shown to make it by my mom, the true way of making it. After you get your salad in your bowl and you start mixing these things in, which I'll show, you're going to mix in a little bit of Dorothy Lynch then. And then the way you top it is with more Dorothy Lynch when you eat it. And Ortega, it's got to be this one. It has to be this one, the Ortega taco sauce. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, and I'm not going to bore you with every single step, but I'm going to get my hamburger meat going on my fancy little burner here. So that's the first thing I'm going to do, is get this hamburger meat cooking. It's hot here again today. It's about 100 degrees. So we've really had some hot weather this year. My salad I'm going to put back in the fridge just for while I'm cutting everything up so it doesn't get warm. The meat does go on the salad warm with the kidney beans. I know for some of you that's never had this recipe or a recipe like this, it sounds a little bit odd, but that really is what makes it good, is that warm meat. Also, something I'm forgetting. So we're going to also need taco seasoning, and I do mix up my own, and I could share that little recipe with you in the description. Okay, so I'm going to continue getting this hamburger cooked up, if I can talk. Lindsay's here today. Today was Matthew's first day of homeschool. Anything to say about that, Lindsay?
It's interesting. Going to be a learning curve, that's for sure.
Lindsay, you feel like shredding me up some cheese?
Sure.
Lindsay's become my cheese shredder. And like I've said, if you've watched my other videos, we've really gotten to where we've just been buying our cheese in the block and we shred it ourselves. We just think it tastes a lot better. If you feel like doing that for me, just get a plate up there.
Where's the shredder?
It's right up there. It's just, I moved it into that cupboard. Okay, so I'm going to move my Doritos away for a minute. Got my tacos. Let me get this stuff out of my way here. So the other thing I need to do, I'm going to clean these little tomatoes. They're not really dirty, but I'm going to get those rinsed off. Are you laughing at me?
No, I'm laughing at you.
So like I said, it's been 100 degrees. Is it 100 today,
Yeah.
Lindsay? Yeah, it's about 100 degrees. And my mobile home is having a hard time.
It's 75 in here right now.
Is it 75 in here right now? So I've honestly not been doing a lot of cooking. If you've watched some of my videos, you've seen me do, I did a pot pie. Why do I always forget everything I've done? Oh, breakfast burritos. But, in those videos, you see that I've been using my little toaster oven for a lot of things because it's just too hot.
Where'd you get that?
And I got that little oven I've said before on Amazon. And I will in this video as well link my Amazon account. I've said in here that I am an Amazon associate. And no, I'm not going to be rich off of it. I think I've made 60 cents so far. But as much money as I spend on Amazon, I figure I might as well link the products. And if I make a few bucks, what they do is they just add it to my account. So like when I go to my cart to buy something, that will show up as a promotion discount. Okay, so and I just did my little tomatoes. I just cut those, and these are a cherry tomato. I'm sorry, weren't those a cherry tomato, Lindsay? So I just cut those in half. Get rid of that. This pan that I'm using, I got on Amazon, and I've loved it. It's a cast iron pan, but you don't have to. It came seasoned. You don't ever have to. I've never had to season it. It's great. I wouldn't mind having one a little bit bigger. Do what? Okay. My mom's so excited I'm making this. I'm going to take her some tonight. I was surprised that they had avocados that were ripe enough. We've had a heck of a time getting avocados that were at all ripe, but they happen to have some today, and I'm using 3 in this. Now the tomatoes. Whoa. The tomatoes and the avocado will also that will be mixed in the salad as well. But also you use a little bit of it to garnish. So I'm just going to get those sliced up. And when I do my avocado, I just cut them in half. And then for this, because you want them kind of pretty, I'm just going to slice the inside of them like that. And then I just use a spoon and scoop that out. So you've just got nice little slices. So I grew up with, like I said, my mom making this salad, and we loved it. And a lot of people, they'll put ranch dressing on it. And I love ranch dressing, but not on this. Right, Lindsay?
Yeah, no.
And Lindsay's a huge.
No, ranch is my only. I normally don't eat anything else, but Dorothy has got to be on it. That's the only way it tastes right.
You can stir that for me if you feel like it. Yeah, it's got to have the Dorothy. Something about if you've never had Dorothy Lynch, now you can't buy it everywhere. It's
Sweet.
Yeah, it's sweet. So you've got that sweetness of the Dorothy Lynch with a little bit with the taco seasoning.
See, now I don't use the taco seasoning on mine.
Oh, you don't?
No,
Oh, I do.
I never have.
We're gonna have just enough taco seasoning. I didn't know I needed to mix up more.
Okay.
We'll have enough. We've got enough for this.
Yeah, I think I used it last. I feel like you have to use a lot of that.
So really pretty avocados this time. So I just, like I said, I just slice those and then I just scoop them out. Now, I'm actually very allergic to avocado, but I still eat them. So my throat will start itching. And with my blood pressure medicine, I'm not really supposed to have a lot of it. But I eat them anyway. I don't care.
You don't really haven't.
I don't eat them like I don't eat them the way that I used to since I'm on this medication.
The only time you do is when you make this
Yeah, and I love
guacamole.
avocados and guacamole, so I still eat it. I'll take a chance. What it is the blood pressure medicine I'm on is called losartan potassium. So you've got to kind of watch your potassium. Like I can't really eat a lot of bananas or different things. I made coffee. I'm getting me a cup of coffee.
I am too.
Will you make
Yeah,
mine?
I'll make yours.
God bless you. So yeah, today was a little bit different for Lindsay with the first day of homeschooling. But I told her it's like starting a new job. I'm not gonna be able to use this onion.
No.
I had froze it. So the traditional way with the recipe is you're supposed to use a purple onion, which I love purple onion, and that one I'm not going to be able to use. I had froze it, and it's just not going to work. But I am going to slice up a little bit of these are, I believe these are a Vidalia, which they're kind of sweet, so that should be okay. It's good, and I won't, Lindsay, put that on all of it. Lindsay's not a huge onion person, so I won't put this in all of the salad. And I mean, you can modify this, Lindsay, what I was thinking might be good in this?
What?
Some corn
Oh yeah.
and black beans.
Yeah, corn.
I won't make it that way this time, but I think sometime I am going to try it. So, I mean, it can be modified, but if you try this, I want you to try it the traditional way with the way that I'm going to make it. I'm following the recipe exactly, and I'll link that in the description. And I even think I found a picture somewhere of the traditional recipe. So I'll link it. Thank you, Lindsay. It's 100 degrees out and we're drinking coffee, but I needed a pick-me-up. Oh, that was hot.
That's coffee. It's gonna be a little hot.
So I'm doing okay with my YouTube. I started the 1st of June. I'm at 589 subscribers, which is pretty good for that short of time, from what I understand. I'm not getting a ton of views on my videos. Some of them, that all takes a while. I don't know how many of you pay attention to my shorts. I do a lot of little Bible verses shorts, and those have been super popular. One thing I put up one night was just a little prayer, and it's gotten like 12,000 views just all of a sudden. But I definitely, you guys know that I believe in God. I've talked about that. I'll never push that on anyone or politics, but that's just me. I've gotten to where I just use a hand can opener. It'll be in my kitchen link that I share. Every time I buy a can opener, they break. And this one has been really nice. So am I the only one that rinses out the top of their cans before they open them? I haven't always done that. I don't know who mentioned it to me, and I got to thinking one day, wow, you're right. The dirt and dust on the top of the can, and then you open it. So me and my mom do have a debate about one thing with this recipe. She doesn't drain the liquid off of her kidney beans. So I use a little bit of the liquid off my kidney beans, but not all of it. So my hamburger meat's getting there, pretty close to being done. And like I said, now you serve the warm meat over the salad. Now, one thing I do is I've gotten to where I don't mix the warm meat over my whole bowl of salad because it will wilt it. So I will keep that on the stove separate from my salad. But there's something about the taste of the warm taco meat with the beans with that cold salad that's really good. So that's part of the recipe, is you eat that meat and the beans warm on the salad. And then if you've got leftover salad, you can just put that in the refrigerator, and you'll have a little bit of meat left maybe that you can heat back up. But if you think about it, on a taco, when you eat a taco, the meat's warm. and then you put cold lettuce, tomato, cheese, and all of that on there. So kind of the same concept. I know a lot of people, they don't understand that and they think that meat should be cold, but that's not how you do it with this recipe. So I'm about ready there for my kidney beans. And if you try this recipe, please make sure and come back and comment and let me know what you thought about it. So I've got about everything ready. And like I said, I'm not going to put purple onions is so good in this. And dang it, I wish I would have remembered to grab one at the store. But I'm going to, like I said, use a Vidalia onion, which they're kind of sweet. And you don't have to mix that in with the salad. I won't be mixing that in tonight. I'll send some onion in a little baggie or something for my mom for her to put into hers. Just because Lindsay's not a fan of the onion in it. I believe I bought 93% lean. I don't think I'm going to have to drain the grease off of this hamburger tonight. So, the debate about draining the liquid, like I said, I take a little bit of that off. Okay. All right, so my meat's done. And I'm just going to go in with the whole can. You're going to want to use the whole can of kidney beans in that. And I did leave quite a bit of that liquid in. And then if doing that, of course, you wouldn't need to add water to that. My taco seasoning. If you buy the envelopes of taco seasoning, definitely one whole envelope. I'm doing probably about the same. And then you want to just mix all that together. So see, it's a really simple recipe, pretty quick. And of course, you know, if you want red peppers in this, however you like to season your taco meat. Okay, so I've just been cooking this for a few minutes. Kind of letting some of that liquid evaporate out of there. And I think we've got it seasoned just about right. And like I said, I got to thinking when someone said they think that the meat should be put on that salad cold, Lindsay. Well, when you get a taco anywhere, the meat's warm.
Yeah.
Now, I said in here that, you know, we don't mix ours in with it.
We put it on top, though.
We just kind of keep it on the side.
Just so the lettuce doesn't overcoat. Because it does instantly almost, you know, if you put something hot on lettuce, of course.
Right. Because we usually have lettuce left over. So, of course, then we use that up the next day, heat up a little bit of the meat. I know I just lost some meat. Okay, so that meat is done. Okay, so the next part of this is you're just going to put your lettuce in there. And this one I bought is the one that says berry veggie. I figure why not have a few more vegetables in it. You definitely can get your own lettuce, of course, and cut it up. This has just always been easier. I do take shortcuts. So you've got your lettuce in your bowl. So the first thing you want to do, we're going to put a few of the tomatoes in. Like I said, you want to reserve a few tomatoes, a few avocados for garnish. So we're going to do most of the avocado. Okay, so you're going to mix your lettuce with your tomatoes and avocado. And you saw I put just a little bit of the Dorothy Lynch into that. You don't have to put, not a lot, but this is part of the recipe, to mix a little bit of the Dorothy Lynch in. Gotta get my cheese. We can't forget cheese. Okay. So like I said, mix a little bit of the Dorothy Lynch in that. Maybe just a little bit more. And I don't know, maybe kind of just however much you think you'd like in it. You don't want it just drowned in the Dorothy Lynch, but enough that it's going to kind of flavor that. So, and then you want cheese in that. And we usually reserve a little bit of cheese, not just for garnish, but to put more on top of our salad. So you're just going to kind of mix that together. And like I said, I'm not going to put the onion in this. I can add mine on my plate as I make mine. So the lettuce, avocado, tomato, purple onion, if everybody in your house is good on that, cheese, and some Dorothy Lynch. Okay, so the next thing is, now normally about this point is when you would add your meat mixture into that. And if you think that you're going to eat that salad, if you're making enough and you're going to eat it all that night, go ahead and put your meat in. So you want to break up a few Doritos into the salad. He's okay, Lindsay. And kind of just mix those in, your Doritos. And it makes such a pretty salad too. And very good. So there's what it's looking like. And I'm making a mess. So then the last thing you're going to do to make it pretty is you're just going to go all the way around it with Doritos. You can find some that aren't broken up. And I'm not being really fancy with this tonight because it's just Lindsay and I am, like I said, I'm going to take some to my mom. But if you were having company, so I'm doing it exactly the way the original directions were, except I'm not adding the war meat to it or the purple onions. A lot of them are broken. Can't believe how expensive everything has gotten. Man, I couldn't believe it at the store today looking at things. But I guess there's nothing we can do about it. Okay, so at this point, I've mixed all of that together. And like I said, this isn't for company or I'd be using a prettier bowl. But you want a good sized bowl, so get out a pretty bowl. And then at the end, you're going to just garnish that with your tomatoes. And it's really pretty if you use regular tomatoes and slice them into wedges. That looks really pretty on here. So then you just dress it, the top of it, with your other avocados. Can't waste one. I'm going to put just a little bit more cheese. And that's it. And I'll make my plate so you can see. So that's what it looks like. So pretty. And like I said, I wanted to make this authentic to the recipe, but you definitely could rinse off some black beans, add to it some corn. I think would be really good in it. But I wanted to make it, like I said, authentic to the original recipe. So we're going to get a plate here. Okay, so I'm going to let Lindsay make her salad, and you can.
Mess it up. It's all pretty.
Well, I already showed it.
Okay.
You just get what you want. I can't believe we're getting used at Matthew's little tomatoes too.
I know. And you said you're going to post a little picture of him?
Yes, with his tomatoes.
I'm a big back.
So when we eat this, like I've not ate all day. We eat a big plate of it.
I love it.
And it's just so good. Now, Lindsay won't use onion on hers, like I said. That's why I didn't mix it into it. And she won't use the taco seasoning. But the original way to eat this is when you're fixing your salad, then on top of it, you put your Dorothy Lynch and you put your Ortega taco sauce. Now, I will make mine like that.
Oh, yeah, I forgot cheese.
Oh, yeah, cheese. And then usually we put more cheese on top, more Doritos, because that's just the way you do it.
Yeah.
They're right there. Okay, so I'm not going to make my plate yet because I've got to run some over to my mom. I'll eat when I get back. So that's how easy that is to make. And this is a great recipe during the summer. I mean, we make it in the winter time too, but definitely in the summertime is really good.
Yeah.
So, and whatever salad we've got left, of course, I'll put in the refrigerator, and then I'll put the meat separately in a container in the refrigerator. And we'll pull that salad out tomorrow and make us another one. And but we will warm the meat up. We won't put the meat on cold. So this is the authentic recipe. I'm going to try to find the picture of the original recipe of my mom's. Like I said, she came across this in about the 1980s. So there's taco salad. So the next video I'm thinking about doing is making pumpkin pie. And it's a little early for that, but there's a reason that I'm going to make a pumpkin pie on here. So if you stayed for my whole video, thank you. I appreciate you. And I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.